What's going on with women these days? We used to be a lot happier than men.
Just having a really hard day, trying to get ready.
That women tend to be happier when they are single.
I could have married a lot of the people that I've dated.
Okay, I turned 40 this year, and I've never been in love. I've never been in a relationship.
If you hear something or an update about your ex, and it just kills you.
Women tend to be happier when they are single.
Struggling financially, being alone, having no one there to talk to as you age, no kids.
And I always thought I would have kids. I thought I would be married by now. And now the closer I get to it, and I'm scared. I don't know.
I'm quite embarrassed to say this, but I'm quite lonely.
I've been single my entire life. I'm going to be turning 42 in August, and I've never had anybody love me or desire me or want to be with me.
It's a difficult thing knowing that you're living this life without children and without anybody there.
How much do you want to bet, guys, that no young women will listen to them or to this video? No, they will just listen to other women their age telling them they can do whatever they want. They can be boss babes. There are no consequences if they don't want to find a man. But as we can all see, there are. And by the way, guys, if you want to see all the studies that I have, including the ones that say, I have like 3 studies that say that as women get older, they are less happy, especially if they're single. You can find them all in the description of the video on my Patreon.
I'm just really struggling being single today. I just don't want to be single. I just want to be in a relationship.
God, I wish that I had someone who could just hold me right now. I wish that I had someone who could just take care of me.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single, but the worst part for me of being single is when you have a bad day and you come home from work, and you come home to your empty apartment and you walk in and it's really dark, all the lights are off, and it's also really quiet, and you're the only person there.
I'm 34. I've been single for 15 years. Whoever it is that said you're going to find the one when you're not looking, when you least expect it, is a goddamn liar.
If one more guy that I have dated gets married,
I have no reason to believe that anyone will ever love me. I have no reason to put myself out there.
The wall, no man on earth can make it fall.
Here's the thing about settling, ladies. You have to realize men have been settling.
True.
If you think you are the woman of his dreams, you are sorely mistaken. Again, men will marry the woman that is good enough if she is unproblematic and useful to him.
True.
All the other stuff that you think you're exceptional at, somebody else can do.
The book is based on a survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled, that's a catch.
Yeah.
The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And they wouldn't do it. And there were things like, he wore a brown belt with black shoes.
About 2 years ago, I was in a relationship with a man, but he was willing to invest in me physically, financially, emotionally, religiously, all aspects. He wanted to make me a better woman for him. Well, he boosted my self-esteem and my well-being so much that I thought that I could do better than him.
Yes, the same old story. They all think the grass is greener on the other side.
And now fast forward, I am now post dealing with a narcissist. I now understand that not all men have your best intention at heart. Not all men will invest in you, and not all men will uplift you. So when you get the opportunity to date such a man, do not let it go.
How do you get to this age and not realize that not all men want what's best for you? Why do you need to be in a bad relationship to realize that?
So I've been left undelivered for the last 3 days.
Are you married?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Is he happy?
No.
That's a weird
No.
question. Usually they ask if I'm happy.
Yeah, but like, it's a...
Yeah, she is not used to anybody asking about him. She only thinks about her.
a different kind of an interview. I'm just, you know, because he's not here, like, I want to show my care for him as well. Is he happy? Your answer is yes, no? You don't wanna answer that question?
If I was a man in today's society, I would not get married. Let me explain.
Yeah.
In the modern era, marriage is completely outdated. The tax breaks you get from it aren't even that good. And to be really honest, it is geared towards protecting the woman in the relationship.
It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. And I can make a list this long telling you everything that can go wrong if you get married.
Relationship. In the event of divorce.
One of the most demonic quotes I've ever heard. Happy wife, happy life.
Ladies, men need you to stop being so nitpicky about everything. It is not attractive to them when you find something wrong with everything. Just like think about it. Does it ever help your situation if you are picky about something? Does it ever help your relationship? No, it never ever does.
Yes, but they don't care. They don't want to think about what the guy thinks, what the guy wants. It's all about them. That's the problem.
It makes you very unattractive. You need to just give up that kind of control. Give up control of your man, give up control of your kids, and just realize that not everything has to go your way.
Let's say a guy...
It's the man's fault. Why did you get married, or why are you in a relationship with a woman like that? Why? Because you're afraid of being alone. Because you're in your feelings and don't want to think logically. It's your fault.
Guy have $10 million, right? For him to spend on a girl $10,000 or $5,000 and keep her as a side hoe, it's no problem. The girl, the desperate that for her $10,000, it's a lot of money, she put her value like, oh my God, he spent $10,000 on me. Oh my God, I must have been something special. But when a guy has so much money, for him, it's nothing. It's peanuts.
Do you think the girl isn't benefiting at all?
Not at all. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because let's say you got used to have a guy that spend a lot of money on you for right? When you get a little bit older, you're not going to have this market of men anymore that want to spend money on you because you lost your youth. Then you're going to stand there and you have no other qualification and you're going to feel so depressed and so bad because the only trade you had, it's your youth, to sell your youth and your body. And then you're going to wake up when you're used to the good life, you used to buy the Chanel bags and to go to vacation and to take pictures on private jets or whatever. They're going to replace you for younger model. And why you're going to have nothing.
You know what I really can't stand about dating at this big age of 39? Look, I'm grown. Like, I'm about to be 40 over the hill grown, right? Why are we still talking about virtue or body count like that fucking matters? Like, I am dating a bunch of divorcees who cheated on their wife, who have multiple children by multiple partners.
That's your problem. Why are you dating those kinds of men? Why? That's on you.
Me included. That's no shade, but let's just illustrate facts. We got kids. They weren't the immaculate fucking conception. Why are y'all acting brand fucking new? We are sifting through the clearance rack.
Yeah, I will skip this video, guys. She swears too much and I can see why no man wants her.
At 32 years old, I've clearly been around the dating block for a while. I've seen some stuff.
Okay.
Here are a list of niche, well, somewhat niche red flags that I'm hoping to save you the trouble on. Number one, guys who are big fish heads. PHISH, the band. Whoa, spooky. If he says that he listens to Joe Rogan for the guests, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, guys, if she has a problem with you listening to Joe Rogan, it's clear that she's a liberal and it's not worth it.
I don't trust men that only order their steak well done, and I can't quite tell you why, but
I really thought that I've heard them all, guys. All. Nothing can surprise me anymore. But steak well done is a red flag now.
something about it freaks me out. If he doesn't do his own laundry, if he can't put a duvet insert into a duvet cover, run for the hills. Honestly, I don't trust a guy who doesn't like dogs. What do you mean you don't like dogs? What's going on with you? Why do you hate everything that's joyful? If he never remembers your friends' names,
Yeah, I don't care about your friends.
we're all. Oh. If he's incapable of doing any sort of handiwork. Now, I don't need you to fix my car or be able to build me a bookshelf, but if you can't hang a picture, install a light, something like that.
I need to know something. For those of you that are married, how did you get your significant other to see the value in getting engaged and getting married? It hurts me to even...
You shouldn't have to force anybody to see your value. If you had real value to that man, he would have proposed to you. The fact that you're not married means that in his eyes, you are not wife material. Why is it so hard for people to understand?
even like be posting this, but I have waited so long for those things and they haven't happened yet. He can't see this video. I totally blocked him. But like, girl to girl, what are some of the things that you did to accomplish that? Because I'm really struggling to get...
Maybe making TikToks and talking about your life is one of the things that stops him from asking you to marry him. Have you ever thought about that?
him to see my perspectives and how much marriage would mean to me. I love this man and we have built so much together and I don't want to leave him, but at the same time, I don't have those things that I have been asking for, and he says it's really selfish of me to ask for them. So I don't know. Help a girl out. I need some advice. Let me know.
We're going to start dating. I've downloaded Hinge. The last time I went on a Hinge date was November 2022. Obviously, I met TikTok man in February, so it's been a while. I was hoping for a possible reconciliation maybe, but I don't think, well, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we're putting ourselves back out there. There's a possible date lined up. I've got mixed feelings about this because technically I don't think I should be having to put myself through this again.
I was just editing the video but I had to delete it because he's unmatched me. So, yeah, we're not going on a date.
I usually date men that are over the age of 45. I'm in my 20s, barely. I'm at the end of my 20s, but I usually date men that are over the age of 45. And even saying over the age of 45 is generous because they're usually over the age of 50. Why is that? Because I prefer the way that men of that age bracket handle themselves. I prefer the way that they move. I have recently tried to match and date men that are more my age. And by my age, I mean my literal age, or like max like 35. Almost as like a social experiment. I'm like, I'm still gonna only match with guys who are like, who have, you know, who went to good colleges and who like, you know, are doing things with their lives and blah, blah, blah. But I'm only gonna match with guys that are like around my age. And when
it's clear that she's only after money.
When I tell you the amount of walk, coffee, and drink dates that have been proposed to me.
What did I tell you?
I'm shocked. Like, it's been every single person. Contrastly. And these are men like that, again, they went to good schools. I'm matching with them on, oh, am I allowed to say dating apps? I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Anyway, the men that I was matching with before, that are more what I would normally go for, 45 to older range, they always ask me to dinner. Like, I've never had any one of them.
Of course, because they have no game. Because the only way that they can attract a woman like you is with money. Because you're a lot younger than them.
Said, why ugly men have high standards for women?
Yeah, I think it's very strange. Like, it's always the fuggliest men that have the most to say.
But who are you to appraise men of how they look? What if they think they're a 10?
Well, again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I mean, what I might think is a 10, someone might think is, you know, a 5.
But like maybe these men who you think are ugly, like a lot of women think they're 10s.
Okay,
and so wouldn't it be fair for them
women.
to have high standards?
No.
Also, what's wrong with having high standards even if you're not attractive?
I mean, I just think like you need to take a good hard look in the mirror and be like, all right, I'm a fugly man and I shouldn't have such high standards.
Should fugly women also think that way?
I don't think women are fugly.
Of course.
I think some are.
So there's fugly men but not fugly women?
Absolutely.
Are all women 10s?
Sure, yeah.
Are all men 10s?
No.
Interesting how that works.
The dating pandemic that no one's really talking about. When was the last time you found someone attractive? Genuinely. Walking down the street, looked at someone's eyes and went, they're a good looking person. Or even if you...
Another woman that can't find any attractive man. It's a trend, guys. It's a trend, but we are the picky ones.
If you've been using dating apps, when was the last time you looked at someone's profile and thought, yeah, they're attractive?
So I'm watching this girl's video earlier and she's talking about how she hasn't had a guy to talk to in a while, hasn't had anyone to flirt with. She's kind of in a dry spell. And I'm like, girl, period. We're like vibing. We're like best friends right now. Love you, girl. And then she's like, yeah, it's been like 2-3 months. Okay. And this is where we are fundamentally different. This is where our roads veer different directions, if you will. Yeah, in my mind, 2-3 months, that's like a vacation. You just had like something big happening, like maybe you had a couple weddings to go to, you were just like busy. I'll tell you what a dry spell is. My life is a dry spell. We're not even gonna get into relationship. Last time I had somebody to flirt with. I mean, it's been years. I don't even know if I know how anymore, honestly. I actually did think about this recently. I'm like, do I still possess the skills necessary to kiss? I don't know. I don't remember. I mean,
my entire For You page right now is romance and relationships, but you know what? I have faced rejection from 4 different men in the past 5 days. And I feel like we don't talk about that
4 men in 5 days.
enough. So let's break it down. The first man who rejected me, I went on a first date with him and I asked him, hey, do you want to grab coffee for a second date? And he said yes. And I said, great. Does this day or this day work better for you? And he never responded. It has been 5 days, so I have been ghosted. Next, 2 different men unmatched me on Hinge. The first man was just someone who we matched on Hinge, had a brief conversation in the Hinge DMs, and he unmatched me. Whatever. The next one was someone who asked me, can I take you on a date? I said yes. I gave him my number, and then he kept saying, I want to take you on a date. What's your availability? So I then responded with my availability. He never texted me back, and he unmatched me. And then finally, tonight, I went to a bar. I was feeling confident and I saw a man that I thought was attractive. So I approached him and I started trying to chit chat with him. And immediately he said, hey, do you know the group of girls that you were just standing with? Are those your friends? And I said, yeah, those are my friends. And he said, great. Introduce me to the girl in the black shirt. So I walked up trying to shoot my shot with him and he immediately told me, I think your friend is more attractive than you. Set me up with her. So I did. I introduced them to each other. They hit it off. They were chit chatting. I left the bar. They're probably still there chit chatting, but yeah. Things are going really great for single Mick. 4 rejections, 5 days, baby.
At least she had 4 guys to match with. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.